Hello, traders. Welcome to Quick Tips for thinkorswim. I'm Connie Hill, Senior Manager, Trading and Derivatives at Schwab. Today's quick tip is how to customize your position statement columns and group trades together. What we discuss is for education and informational purposes only. Don't consider it a recommendation. Options carry a high level of risk and are not suitable for all investors. Now, I'm bringing you over here into my paper money account where we've been over the weeks customizing it and setting it up. You can see I have 4 different trades in here, 2 stock trades with 100 shares each, and then we've got Apple and we've got Intel. We don't know exactly what those trades are because they're collapsed. Now, there's a couple ways you can expand them, which you can do one by one. And if I open up Intel, you can see I've got a December 38 call there, 10 contracts. That's one way to open things up. The other way is to come over here to this double arrow, select on it, and it expands everything. Okay, so you can see a lot more about the details of these particular trades. Now I'm going to select it twice to get it back to where we started. There we go. All right. Next up, let's show you how to add columns of data that you're interested in what you want to see there. So let's go here. First of all, let's group these positions in a certain manner. I'm going to be on the row that says position statement, come all the way across to the menu action menu item. Select on this, select group symbols by, and you have a number of things you could group them by if you wanted to put them into different sectors or whatever. I'm going to do spreads because I have a couple of option trades in here, and so I'm going to select stock, single, and vertical for the trades that we want organized. I'm going to go ahead and select OK, and you can see, yeah, it's broken them out into those 3 types. And if you have additional ones, obviously you could mark them in there and have it sort by that. Next up, sometimes you might be interested in putting some of your trades in a special type of grouping that's not really based on if it's a vertical or a single or a stock. Maybe you want it to be based on a particular situation. For example, let's suppose that we wanted to group some together for earnings announcements that might be coming up. Maybe you have some very specific earnings trades. So what we can do is you go to a position that you already have. We'll go ahead and use Apple here. I'm going to do a right mouse click on Apple. I'm going to say move to group. Actually, before I do that, I've got to take all accounts down to just one single account. Okay, now it'll allow me. Right mouse click on Apple, move to group. Then I can add a group, but I am going to call this earnings trades. And we want Apple to move into that earnings trades, and it's already set apart here as a vertical. Interesting. Now, you may, in some instances, want your option trades to have certain types of information in the columns that maybe isn't relevant to your stock trades. So let's go ahead, let's customize this first section here on verticals. I'm going to select on the gear, and it's going to show us the columns that we already have, right? Quantity, well, the instrument, of course, quantity through marked change. And we could get rid of those if we wanted to, but they're helpful. We're going to leave them alone. P&L open, day, and BP effect are always going to be on there. You don't have the option to get rid of them, which is fine because it's information that you want to know. But let's suppose for, say, some of your option trades that you wanted to see the Greeks, all right? You wanted to see what the delta was. So I'm going to identify delta in our search menu. Either double click, or if that doesn't work, you can select on add. So we'll do delta, gamma. We'll do theta, and Vega. I think it's going to be our last option Greek here. All right, now you can put those in any order that you would like them. I'm just going to leave them in the order that I brought them over. We'll go ahead and say OK here. And then as we open up, say, the Apple trade, we don't even need to open it to see necessarily, but I will expand it. We can see what the delta is for our different legs and see what the Greeks are. All right, so some traders that are option traders might be trading part of their portfolio based on the option Greeks. It's not necessarily true for every strategy. Okay, now we might want to include some different things in our stock trades. So I'm going to come down here to the stock. I'm going to go ahead and select on the gear. And over here, we're going to add different columns. So here we're going to add something called net liquidation, which is if I free up this position and sold everything, net of commissions and fees, how much would I be liquidating? What would that balance be? Next up, we're going to add percent change. I think that's helpful to see on a daily basis. Let's also choose P/L and put in P&L percent. And then we're going to do one last one here that is going to be called send to, that really works with the links. And I'll show you how that will be interesting and useful to us. And I'm going to move the send to links. I'm going to put it right up here. Let's do it right after days. Okay, I'm going to select OK. And now we have these new columns in this section, and you can personalize every section that you set up. Okay, so we have different columns up here than we do down here in the stock positions, although you can mix and match and put whatever columns you want wherever. All right, let me show you a little bit about the link. On the link, we have the opportunity to send this ticker symbol to anywhere else on the platform where I have it linked to whatever color I chose. There was 1 through 9, red through lilac, that we could select there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just select on, say, for example, First Solar, and then I'm going to select on Charts. And because I already have that link in here on First Solar, that one red, it brings up the current graph information for First Solar based on the chart settings that I already had set up there. If we wanted to go directly to the Trade tab after selecting on that one red link, let's get rid of that. You can see First Solar populated here on the Trade tab because, again, I have that red number 1. All right, giving you some ideas of how you can customize and make your columns fit the grouping that you've selected. So experiment with that, see if that helps you get your data organized in a way that's helpful for you to see.